Hi, my name is Colbert and let's start with Prey Digital Deluxe Edition. It's a first-person shooter with all the benefits of modern games. This version includes the base game and the Moon Crash expansion, which will add more than 10 hours of gameplay. It's funny because the standard edition without an expansion will cost you the same, so if you want to have less for the same amount of money, you can. Nobody can protect you from yourself. Prey has a really cool story that has you playing as a scientist exploring a space station ravaged by an alien life form. Yeah, I know, that doesn't sound like something very original, but the game is created by the same dudes who made the Dishonored franchise. They know how to entwine an unexpected event or two. Also, you will find all the links for all the games in the description below. Heroes of Might and Magic Free Complete. This is the best version of Heroes Free you can get. It's not the same as on Steam. This version has more material included, and also it's compatible with HD mod. But the most important thing, you can upgrade it with Horn of the Abyss expansion for free. And you can't do that with the Steam version of the game. Horn of the Abyss provides new town, new units, heroes, and spells. There are a lot of people working on the project right now, so updates and upgrades are flowing constantly. Soon, a new factory town filled with new monsters, artifacts, and everything a complete town should have will be released. I don't know how soon, but they even have original Heroes Free composer Paul Romero working on the project, and he has recently confirmed that he has finished the score for the new town. And this price is a complete joke. And and you can play multiplayer here as well, so buying the complete version and then upgrading it for free with HD mod and Horn of the Abyss, it's the best deal you can get. Also, I'm planning to make a detailed tutorial video explaining how to install all the necessary mods for Heroes Free, so it would run like a modern game on your modern PC. Stay with my channel and you will not miss it. It's coming soon, I promise. Homeworld Remastered Collection. €3 for this classic goodness? Count me in. Pack includes both first and second remastered Homeworld games and Homeworld Remastered multiplayer. I don't know if someone actually plays it, but after this sale there should be at least a few people that can humiliate you in 1v1 battle. I played classic Homeworld some 20 years ago and I can still remember the wonderful soundtrack this game provides. Absolutely 11 out of 10. The atmosphere of this game was literally out of this world. Or, you know, out of this home world. XCOM 2. 20 years have passed since the world leaders offered an unconditional surrender to alien forces. XCOM, the planet's last line of defense, was left decimated and scattered. Now aliens rule Earth, building shining cities that promise a brilliant future for humanity on the surface, while concealing a sinister agenda and eliminating all who dissent from their new order. All you have to do is to regain control of the Earth. It may sound easy, and it is, because you are awesome and aliens sucks balls. Show them who's the boss.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah, like that. Ghost Runner. This is a hardcore slasher packed with lightning-fast action set in a grim cyberpunk megastructure. You will climb Dharma Tower, humanity's last shelter after a world-ending cataclysm, and make your way up from the bottom to the very top to confront the tyrannical Keymaster. The streets of this tower city are full of violence. Evil Keymaster rules with an iron fist and little regard for the human life. So, some sort of Putin, and you have to end him. That sounds nice. Although be warned, if you never liked the platforming part of Doom Eternal, Ghost Runner is definitely not for you, because platforming, besides the killing part, is all you will do here. War Tile. It's a Nordic tabletop game where your figurines are actually alive and they do eye-catching battles. Each of your Vikings has their own strengths and weaknesses, and taking advantage of them is one of the key factors in achieving victory. Player-built card decks are another important gameplay feature. Not only do they buff your warriors, but they also activate defensive and offensive actions. More than often, this will change the course of the battle. Well, if your IQ is, you know, low, no offense, that won't help you, but the illusion will be there. Combat here takes place on three-dimensional maps divided into hexagonal tiles, and as a result they might look as if they were turn-based, but everything happens in real time, so be quick or be dead. Encased. People are talking that Encased is like inbred baby of Mass Effect and classic Fallout, and that is never a bad thing. Well, I'll be honest, most of the negative comments revolve around this story. The further you play, the more you are disappointed with the given answers, or no answers at all. Things are getting repetitive and the sheer amount of looting containers is just wasting your time as you go. But this is a great game character-wise. A recommendation of one player is just to play it as a convict with an intellect score of 1, and you will actually see that developers actually care and took their time to create a narrative for a dumb person. That sounds cool, especially that the writing in this game is actually really good. Not as good as your wife's skill of faking an orgasm, but close enough. Tyranny Gold Edition. This version includes the base game, both DLCs, and some other additional content, such as soundtrack and pack of portraits. Like the famous Pillars of Eternity, it is created by the narrative masterminds at Obsidian Entertainment. Tyranny is a classic-styled RPG with an original story shaped and molded by your actions. Game looks great, it is really aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and reviews are very positive as well. You have to scroll hard to find any bad ones, and as people say, this game plays just like classic Baldur's Gate. Although be prepared to read a lot. It is more like a book than an actual game. You will get your fighting portion as well, but it is a slow-paced game. Make sure you have several hours of free time before you sit down with it. Book of Demons. It may not be the prettiest face in an action RPG family, just like your face is not the best looking one in your family, but the Book of Demons is a surprisingly good game that I ignored for years for no good reason apparently. Here you decide the length of quests, wield magic cards instead of weapons, and slay the armies of darkness in the dungeons below the old cathedral. I've definitely heard that somewhere. Anyway, I can recite one happy customer who left his review on GOG. He says,
I was skeptical from the description, but I figured I gambled $20 on it. Very glad I did.
So if you are skeptical as well, you have every right, but you are wrong. It's a great entertaining game, and now, let's be fair, it's really cheap. Although not as cheap as your sister. Far Lone Sails. This is a vehicle adventure game where you travel across the dried-out ocean following the tracks of once thriving civilization. Through an array of roadblocks and hazardous weather, you need to keep your vessel going. A lot of questions are circling in your mind. Where will this journey take you? Are you the last of your kind? What happened to the ocean? Will you taste potato salad ever again? Will they finally make another Edge of Tomorrow movie? And why, when you drink 1 liter of beer, you piss out 2 liters of piss? I guess if you crack the latter, the Nobel Prize would be yours without competition. Anyway, the best part of this game is that here are no zombies. It's only you, your machine, and the big nothing. Far is an art from the big A. True fart, if I may say, but in a good sense. You'll find all the links for the games in the description below. By using my links, you will also support my channel. I will get a few cents from every purchase. All GOG games are DRM free and returns are supported for up to 30 days. Way better than on Steam. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.
Bye!